think we're going to get started. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. It's so wonderful to get so much support from our community. I want to thank Linda. There she is. Hi, Linda. Thank you for inviting me and for having me.
It's our pleasure to have you here today. Thank you.
Oh, and I want to thank Tracy and the rest of the staff for their hard work setting up for me. It's wonderful. I really appreciate it. Thanks to all the patrons of the library, my family for being here. Uh-oh. You know, when I say family, that's it. All right, so let's see. I want to thank Uncle Bob's. They donated the wine we're going to sample today. And we have some coupons from them too, so you can enjoy some wine. Okay. So first, let me ask, so who likes rice in the audience? Everybody likes rice. Does everyone know how to cook rice? Oh my goodness. I don't think anybody knows how to cook rice. Oh no, never use boiling a bag. That's a no-no. I'm so happy that no one knows how to cook Portuguese rice, so this is why I'm here. So rice is very easy to make. Now, I don't know if you know that rice is a staple, of course. Did you know that rice can last up to 5 years if you have an airtight, unsealed package? So if you guys want to stock up on rice, go for it, all right? And it lasts like up to 1 to 2 years once you open it, as long as you seal it up. So I always have rice on hand. It's so simple to make. Okay? All right. So let's see. And now, if also cooked rice, once you cook it, it lasts like 3 to 4 days in the refrigerator too. So don't think if you cook a little extra, you have to throw it out, because you don't. It keeps for a long time. Okay. So what I like to do though, does anybody want to learn how to do it themselves and help me? Anybody want to volunteer? Oh, my granddaughter wants to volunteer. Okay, come on up, Adia. She loves to cook, just like Baba, Grandma. Come on, and her mom. Her mom's a great cook too. This is Adia. So you want to help? A rooster. This is called a Galo de Barcelos. This is a famous rooster. It means good luck. If you have one of these roosters in your kitchen, it brings your home good luck. So that's a symbol. Every Portuguese kitchen has a rooster in their home. And you know, I never knew this. I just found out, like, maybe that last year. I use this rooster all the time in my pictures, my blog, my cooking. And my sister, I just found out that my grandfather originated from Barcelos, which is the rooster. But that's where this rooster came from. And the story is, there was hundreds of years ago, in the village, something was stolen and they accused this man. And the man said, no, I never stole it, but I don't know the details too much. But, so they went in front of the king, and the king said, did you steal? And he said, no, I never steal, I swear. So the king said, well, prove it. So the man made a promise to the rooster, right? So that day they served dinner, and the dinner they served chicken, rooster, an older chicken. So when they served the dinner, the rooster came to life. So that's the fable. So the rooster came to life. It started walking. So they said it was it was a fable, a miracle, you know. So that's why this rooster became popular, you know, believe it or not. But that's where it came from. Okay, all right. Let's get this on. I'm going to turn it on. All right. I'm going to start on. Okay. It takes a little while to heat up, so just be patient. Okay. So this recipe, you got the ingredients. We're going to use. I'm going to give you the ingredients I'm going to double the recipe that's in the cookbook because we have a lot of people. But it would take 2 cups of rice, all right, 4 cups of boiling water. Now, when you cook rice, you always do 2 to 1 ratio. If you have 1 cup of rice, you need 2 cups of water, and so forth. So you always think 2 to 1. So if I'm going to make 2 cups of rice, I need 4 cups of water, okay? And let's see, I'm going to use a little chicken bouillon for flavor, half a small onion, which is very minced. I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of olive oil, a little bit of paprika, just for flavor. And I'm giving you the ingredients now, but as we cook, I'll repeat those ingredients. Okay? So what we're going to do Because you want to always start with a hot pan. This is heating up a little bit. While this heats up, is there any questions?
Is there a special kind of rice you use?
Oh, thank you for asking that. And what's your first name?
Peggy.
Peggy? Hi, Peggy. All right. I like to use the long grain rice. Okay, like, you know, you can use Uncle Ben's Carolina rice.
But always white?
This isn't white. I like the
Oh.
it's a long grain parboiled rice. But Uncle Ben's isn't white, if you know that rice.
Yeah.
And but you'll find this rice in every store. But I like to buy like 5-pound bags, 10-pound bags of rice, because as I said, it doesn't
Yeah.
spoil. So don't buy a little box because, you know, it's not worth it, in my opinion. So you just use long grain rice like that. Okay? All right. Any other questions before, while this heats up? Yeah.
So in many recipes, it'll say one small onion or one medium onion. What is that comparable to in like cups?
Yeah,
Half a
well,
cup or-
yeah, I think a small one will probably give you a 1/4 to a quarter cup. It depends. I know, it's tricky because half a small onion is like, yeah, do like a quarter cup, should be fine, a half an onion. And then one whole onion, I'd say, would probably give you a cup. If it's a big onion, yeah, that's a cup. Anybody else?
Are you using Portuguese olive oil?
Yes, I am. I'm using Portuguese olive oil. But you can use any good olive oil. Just don't use generic olive oil. You know, they tend to mix, I don't know if you know, but when you find generic olive oil, they mix regular oil with the olive oil. So that's why you don't get that same intense flavor. But this is, you can find Portuguese olive oils all over town. You can find it on Amazon. And Uncle Bob's, she also has it.
Hi, silly question, where in town can I find a rooster for my chicken?
This rooster?
Yeah.
Well, actually, the rooster, Uncle Bob, she has roosters there. Yeah, yeah. And most of the Portuguese markets have the rooster too. Yeah, they always have it. And if you can't find it local, you can go online. There's a Portugal marketplace, which is in Fall River. They have everything too. Online stores. Most online stores carry it too. So anything else? Okay, good. All right. All right, let's see. So I'm talking away and it's taking a little bit longer here. Okay. All right, so what we're gonna do, here, you wanna help? Okay, can you pour half of this oil in there?
How should I know that?
Okay, I'll help you. Let's pour half. Okay. Okay, that's perfect. Okay. So this is gonna be like a quarter cup of olive oil, but I'm using a little more because like I said, I double the recipe. Okay. So that's gonna, when this starts warming up, we're gonna add our onion, okay? And I know my granddaughter back there, Stella, loves rice. Right, Stella? Are you gonna try my rice today? Of course. So here I have the onion, as you can see. This is probably a half a cup of onion. It's getting warm. Want to see? It's warm. Don't touch it, but you can see. See, it's getting warm. Yeah. All right. So now, I think you can put the onion in there. Don't worry, this isn't hot because. Yeah. Oh, here goes. It's sizzling. Thank you. Okay. So what we're gonna do. You can probably smell it within seconds. You're gonna smell it. Okay. So this is gonna saute maybe a minute. It's gonna get slightly translucent, a little golden, but you never want to overcook it because you're gonna get a funky flavor in your rice for an onion. So as you can see, it's sizzling away. Okay. You know, I learned to make rice first from my mom and dad. I was probably 8 or 10, just like they did. They couldn't show me how to make rice. We ate a lot of rice in the family. We're all rice lovers. Okay. So I'm gonna let it, like I said, another minute. It's gonna get nice and, gotta cook a little bit down. Okay, let me see if I have any other notes for you. So Edie and her sister, they passed out those cards, and those cards have my website. I know everybody knows how to use computers, so just, if you want my website, just log on there. But if you just type in, go to Google or any search and put Tiamaria's blog, it's gonna pop right up. So I have recipes there. I have recipes, I have a YouTube channel. Just type in Tiamaria's blog YouTube. Okay, I'm on Facebook, Instagram. You can find me anywhere. All right, this is getting nice and slightly browned. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, this is the secret. You're gonna add the rice right now. You don't add it after. Okay, you're gonna add it now. Okay, ready? Wanna help me, honey? Yeah, we're gonna do all of it. I'll help you, okay? Good job. So you've probably never seen this, right? Where you add the rice first? Yeah. That's the secret. What you do this because now you stir it, because the rice is going to get coated with olive oil, and it's gonna bring out the flavor of that rice, nice nutty flavor. Okay, and this is gonna be maybe 1 minute with that. And I wish you could see it, but I'm gonna show you a little bit. You see how coated it is? It's nice and coated with olive oil. So that's how you get the rice to cook with a nice whole grains. It's gonna eliminate a lot of the mushiness. Okay, wanna stir a little bit, honey? Okay, just don't touch the pan, just stir. There, good job. Okay. Okay, so now, this is good. You don't want it to burn though, so it's very important. Give it a couple stir. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of paprika. This is a ½ teaspoon. This is gonna give it a savory golden color. Just throw it right in there, yeah? Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna stir it. See how it gives it a little golden color? Now, paprika is optional, but I always put it, I think it gives it a nice color. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take this off the heat for 1 second, because I'm gonna heat up my water again. This is another secret to making rice. I'm gonna get my 4 cups of water, and this is gonna boil. Oh, sorry. Let me try it again. There it goes. Can you smell it already? It smells delicious, right? Okay. So this is gonna heat up. There it goes. So that's another secret. So you're gonna brown the rice. And I can show you, it has a nice golden color. And you see the little bits of onion. The onion gives it a savory, delicious flavor. So this is what you do. You're gonna, what I do first is of course it's hard to cook because you don't have the right tools, but what I do first is I boil the water first, so that when I'm cooking the rice, I have the water all boiled. Okay? So what I have to do is a little different step. Okay, this is good. It's just about boiling. So now, so this rice is cooking. Okay. Okay, so now, this is going to put boiling water right into the rice. There. So now you give it a stir. Okay. I'm gonna cover it. All right, I'm gonna cover this. I'm just gonna leave it alone for a minute.
Unknown
Okay.
color.
Any other questions before, am I
Is that
moving too
induction?
fast? Yeah, this is induction because we don't have the.
Well, they're fast too, aren't they?
Yeah. So it's gonna heat up quick. Here it goes. Okay. So this is gonna boil. While this boils, I'm gonna get started on the shrimp. Okay, you wanna help me, honey? Or are you getting tired? You're good? Okay. Well, you know what? See, because this is live cooking, so I apologize. But what I do is I add a chicken bouillon cube to the rice. This is gonna give it excellent flavor. If you don't have chicken bouillon, you can use like a half a cup of chicken broth. That works too. Just lower, so if you do a half a cup of chicken broth, just lower the amount of water by half a cup. That's all you have to do. So this is gonna be stirred. Okay, so now, okay. Next this shrimp is it's a medium shrimp. It's a nice size, as you can see. And I deveined it. What I do is I buy frozen shrimp and you defrost it overnight in the refrigerator. And then the next morning you can just shell it and devein it. Okay? So grilled shrimp is very easy to make. It takes like 5 minutes. So I thought it was a good recipe to make for you because it doesn't require a lot of cooking time and such. So for the shrimp, this is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna, for the recipe for the shrimp, we're gonna have 2 pounds of shrimp, 1 tablespoon of my, now I have my seasoning because it's handy, but you don't have to use this, okay? If you don't have my seasoning, you have it? It's very easy, I mean, a lot of people love it, it's convenient. But if you don't have it, that's fine. You can just put a teaspoon of salt, a half teaspoon of garlic powder, a half teaspoon of paprika, and some little black pepper. So that works too. I have a little extra spice in here, but so this is what I'm gonna do. Okay, you wanna start. So this takes 2 tablespoons. So 1, 2. I'm just eyeballing it because I know how much it takes from experience. But it would take 2 tablespoons of my spice. You want to stir, honey? There you go. So she can stir. No, so it's just, again, it's 2 pounds of shrimp, 1 tablespoon of seasoning, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So I'm going to add my olive oil right here. But you can keep stirring. You add the olive oil because it's going to coat it. Okay. Then I had a couple of tablespoons of white wine. This is Portuguese white wine, Vinho Verde, but you can use any white wine that you have on hand. This is called Vinho Verde because it's made with the white grapes. Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, Angie.
Is this recipe in your cookbook?
Yes, it's in my, it's on my blog. It's in my second cookbook, but if you go on my blog, you'll find it. Very simple. Okay, so you're gonna do a couple tablespoons of wine. 1, 2. I don't, but when I did the cookbook, it was hard because I know how much it takes, so I have to measure precise. So it took a lot of time. But as you cook this, thank you, honey. As you cook this, you'll see. As you make this recipe, you'll get better and better at it. See, you did a good job. It looks perfect. See, it's nice and coated with wine, the seasonings. Now, a quick tip I want to tell you though is when you season shrimp, it's only like maybe 3 to 5 minutes. Never season shrimp too long because what happens is the spices and the wine, they're going to cook the shrimp. You ever hear of shrimp ceviche? They just marinate it and then you eat it like that because the shrimp cooks in the wine and the spices. So you never want to leave it too long, okay? Just maybe, like I said, maybe 3 to 5 minutes and that's it. Okay. So this will stay like that. So now, the rice is boiling, which is great. Okay, so this rice is going to boil for maybe another 15 minutes, believe it or not. That's all it takes. I'm going to give it a stir. Excuse me for 1 second. So you give it a quick stir. Make sure that everything's nice and blended in there. Now I'm gonna add my salt. Let's see, the salt was a teaspoon of salt. Okay. So this is looking good. It has a beautiful color. Okay. So I'm gonna cover it, sorry. There. So this is gonna cook 15 minutes, believe it or not. Believe it or not, that's all the time you're gonna need for this rice. Okay, so let's see what else. Is there any questions while everything cooks?
Question on the
Yes.
spice.
Yes.
Since I tried that.
Sure. Thank you.
What's the ingredient?
Well, this one is regular. This has regular, it has no spice in it. Piri piri is, it's like cayenne pepper. It's spicy. That's, the spicy blend has the spicy pepper. This one doesn't. This is just regular.
So you have the second one.
Yeah.
Spicy one.
This- Yeah, the spicy one, oh, let me see. Thank you. Yeah, this one is spicy.
I love it.
You like the spicy? Yeah. Yeah, this one's spicy. This one is great if you want to make like spicy chicken, barbecue chicken, or you can make spicy shrimp too. That works too. But I made two because a lot of people don't like spice, but it's your option. So again, you don't have to use the spice. I brought it for convenience, just to show you, but you just
But if you don't have the spice,
right.
you can use cayenne pepper? Or the
Yeah, you can use a little.
hot sauce?
Yeah, you can put a little bit of cayenne pepper. I wouldn't put the hot sauce until after. Because the cayenne pepper, I mean, this hot sauce is gonna burn as you grill. I would do it after, especially when you grill shrimp. This is gonna be a little while longer. So this is cooking. So, it's pretty basic, easy recipes that I chose. So I don't know, do any of you have, you're familiar with my blog, right? For Portuguese recipes. I have the two cookbooks. I wrote, the first cookbook was in, oh my goodness, was in 2014. So it's been like 6 years. And then the second one was 3 year, going on 3 years too. So I started the blog because my daughter Lisa, she enjoys cooking with me, and she said, "Mom, let's start a family blog so that we can share our family recipes for like my granddaughters and the family, my nieces." So we started, and then it evolved. It just became so popular, which was wonderful. So grateful. And then years went by, and people said, "Why don't you put your recipes in the cookbook?" So that's where the first cookbook came, and then more recipes evolved, and the second book came. So I started developing my own spice mix at home because I do a lot of cooking. So I was tired of like mixing salt, pepper, garlic, getting all the spices, cumin, curry. I was tired of mixing it and measuring. So I said, why don't I just do a blend and have it ready? So I used this for years. And then everyone says to me, well, why don't you just package it? And that's where this evolved, and I'm very grateful. So you can find my spices, my cookbooks in Uncle Bob's store. She sells it. You can find it online at Amazon.com. You can find that. Every store in town, every Portuguese market will have my spices. Most of them have the spices too. What else? Again,
So I've been following your blog for a long time.
Thank you.
And the reason I started doing it was because I was following my grandmother around trying to get her recipes. And you reminded me of that. Because
Right.
I just eyeball it. Okay,
Right.
so everything was eyeball. So I appreciated when you started to put the recipes
Oh,
online. Like being needed to learn. I did learn from my grandmother, but then I could forget. Right?
yes. Yes, it's true,
So
right?
I needed to go back and look.
Yeah.
So I actually read your blog quite a bit.
Oh, thank you.
And I was just wondering who taught you.
Well, my recipes evolved from my mother, my aunt. My aunt was a personal chef to a general in the Portuguese military, which I thought was fascinating. Yeah, she used to be a cook. She used to live in Lisbon. And I remember at Christmas I used to go to her house and I used to help her cook like Christmas specialties. you know, she was very meticulous. And that's how I became interested in cooking. My mom and then my brother has owned the Matador, which restaurant, you know, right? You know, most of you were good customers. And so they had Portuguese chefs working at the restaurant. And so I learned with them. But I'd say like 3/4 of the recipes are mine and my mom's and such. You know. Yeah, but I'm really happy that you mentioned that because I don't know if you have grandchildren or granddaughters or not. Please cook with them and write down the recipes. The most questions I get is from people that are asking for recipes because their mom, parents cooked these recipes and they don't know the recipe. They don't even know the name of the recipe. So it's very important to sit with them, write it down. Next time you cook, write down the recipe and pass it on. Pass it on to your granddaughter. And I'm so happy that my granddaughters, they're gonna enjoy my recipes, right? You're gonna learn how to make my rice, right? Yeah. Yeah. So can you smell this delicious rice already? Right? Well, look at that. All right. So now, normally you could lower the heat to medium, but I'm trying to cook fast, so it's cooking kind of quick here. All right. This is a little hot, honey, so I have to do it. Okay. Okay. So I'm just gonna give it one little stir. That's it. Keep it covered and don't look at it again. You don't want to keep mixing the rice because that's gonna get it mushy. All right. So let's see what else we can talk about. Any other questions? Hi, that's my son Dan.
Hi everyone.
He loves my rice.
When I try to make it myself, where I go wrong is I tend to burn the rice in that first stage,
Yeah.
where you put just the rice in
Yeah.
and the oil. So what are some tips not to burn the rice
Right.
when you first
Well,
put it in?
Okay, the tips I would say if you have a hard time, don't get distracted. Just stand right in front of it. Stand there. Put a timer on if you need, or count to 60 or count to 120. Don't leave it because if you leave, you come back, it's gonna burn. And once you burn it, that's it. Because he's told me many times he's burned the rice. So that's the trick.
Did you put anything in it before you put the onions in?
It was olive oil. It was olive oil. I'll go over it again. I saute the olive oil. I'm sorry, I put the olive oil first, let it warm up slightly, add your onions. The onions cook for about, let's say 1 to 2 minutes, give them a little stir. At that point, you're gonna add the rice. Okay. Give the rice a quick stir, add a little paprika if you desire. Coat it with that olive oil for maybe a minute, that's it. Okay, and then the next step would be make sure you have some boiling water. You never want to add cold water to rice. What happens if you add cold water, it stops the cooking process and the rice seizes up. You don't want that. I love to do the boiling water method. I find that that's the best method. So add the boiling water. I mean, it doesn't have to be boiling, but as long as it's hot, where you want to add it right away to the rice. Okay, and then again, you add it, give it a stir, once or twice. Oh, and you add the chicken bouillon or the broth too. Okay, so let's see how it's doing. You getting tired, honey? You want us to go back or you're good? You're good? All right, she loves to cook. Can you hear it? It's sizzling away. Oh boy, it's gonna be good. All right.
I have another quick question.
Sure.
If you're using the pouches of oil in instead of the cube, do you know how many pouches?
I would do maybe a teaspoon, yeah. But you know, you have to eyeball it too because some people like it very, very flavorful. And people just want a light taste of that chicken. So try it a couple times. That's what cooking is. Cooking is, there's no right or wrong method. And did you know that you cannot patent a recipe? Did you know that? You can't patent a recipe. The only, like if I give you my recipe, you can't say I own that. What you can patent is the process. The process for like if you see cookbooks, sometimes you'll say, oh, I know that recipe well. The process you cannot patent. Like, what do I do first? What do I do next? Or what? And the wording, that's patent. You can't do that. So every recipe, every family recipe rather, would be different too. There's no right or wrong. You know, like sometimes I'll get people saying, "Oh, my mom doesn't do it like that. My mom's is the right way." You know, you really can't say that because. So this is my way. Some people add different ingredients, which is fine. You know. All right. So it's like it's getting there. Oh boy. Let me see. One little stir. I think it's going to be delicious. I hope you all enjoy it. Make it a little stir. Does it smell good in here? All right.
Maria,
Yes.
to Tracy's point, I as well appreciate the time that you took for your cookbook
Oh, thank
to
you.
do the measurements.
Thank you.
I grew up with my Portuguese
Right,
grandmother too,
right,
and
right.
nothing was measured. Once you do it a few times, you learn your own measurements. and
Yeah.
what you like. But for her, it was, if it's this pan, you fill the water up to here, and you use
Right,
this bowl
right.
of rice.
Right,
You know,
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
mug with the broken
Right.
handle or
right,
something.
right.
Yeah.
Right, well, they'll say a pinch. Do a little salt.
That's the way I cook.
Yeah.
Because my kids are calling from the breastfeeding.
Right.
Just add it to your shred.
Yeah. And that's-
I'm on my own before, she be on the breastfeeding.
Right, that's why I did it, because, you know, you have to, and then also, it's not only the ingredients, is the process too. You have to know, the reason I'm stirring this a little more is because I want to, like chicken bouillon, I put it in a little later, and I want to be sure that it's totally dissolved. Okay? Yeah, like if you use a half a cup of chicken broth, just lower the water by half a cup. So let's say you want to make rice for one person. You're going to do 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water. But it's going to be 1.5 cups of water and a half cup of bouillon. Chicken broth. Okay. I'm going to take this out. So this has probably been what, 10 minutes, 15 minutes? Take it off the heat. What happens with rice is as it stays in the pan, it cooks. Okay, that's gonna finish. So don't overboil it, just leave it alone, don't touch it, okay? So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start on the shrimp. All right, so this is good. That's gonna be good. All right. So I'm gonna, now, start the shrimp. Any questions on shrimp varieties? Any questions? You can also use fresh shrimp too, but I like frozen.
Do you use the blocks of shrimp?
I get shrimp, sometimes the blocks, those are hard because you gotta defrost the whole package.
They're more work, but they're better tasting shrimp, I
Yeah.
find.
Yeah, they are. They're very good because I think what happens, they freeze it right away as they're harvested. Not harvested, as they're fished. Is that a word? Fished? So yeah. But I do these because it's more for convenience. Like if I do a big party, then I'll get the whole 5-pound block of shrimp. Because I know I'm not gonna spoil it. But this is more for convenience. So this is gonna heat up. So I'm gonna start the shrimp. Okay? Let's see. Now bear with me because it's hard to work with convection. Okay, so it's gonna heat up. Look at that, it's already hot. Wow. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna lightly grease the pan. Okay. I like to make shrimp because it's so easy. 5 minutes, that's it. A little more. Probably like maybe 1 teaspoon of oil is all you're gonna need. So that's how I test it. I have fingers of steel. Because I've cooked so much that I never get burned. well, sometimes. All right, so I can already tell that it's very hot. So now, all right, and this is a little hot, so I'll have to do this part, okay? Okay, make sure I didn't forget any ingredients. Yeah. Okay. So what I like to do is I take one shrimp and put it on. You hear it? Okay, that tells me that it's ready. So that's it. You saw the marinade? Now I left it in marinade a little longer because of time, you know. That's fine. Normally it would be like 5 minutes would be enough, but I left it a little longer this evening. Okay, so there. Probably have to do 2 batches because you want to give space too when you grill shrimp. You don't want to have it too, you know, too tight, you know, against in the pan. You want to have a little space for cooking. Okay. A couple more. So we're gonna have a little wine. Is everybody ready for Thanksgiving? No? Who cooks Thanksgiving dinner? 2. That's it. 3. 1, 2, 3. Me too. I cook Thanksgiving.
I say 2 weeks.
Who eats? Yeah, who eats Thanksgiving, right? Everybody. Yeah.
You like to cook, but.
Yeah, I like to cook. It's therapy for me. You know, I think it's. I enjoy it. I don't like cleaning though, but I usually get Lisa to clean up. This is my daughter. She all helps me with everything.
When I see your vlogs and making those fresh,
The filet. Oh my God. Yeah, the filet is that the meat bread. That's my mother's recipe. I used to go to her. I was the one who used to help her. So I always, you know, go to her house or when I lived home and we'd make filet. We make filet for every holiday, celebration. Yeah, I love that. Okay. So can you smell the shrimp? See it? We don't have a camera, unfortunately, up ahead. Just like the Food Network, you know, they show the pictures. Okay, so a little more, and then I'm gonna flip it over. So I hope you guys enjoy this shrimp and the rice. You take a quick peek at it. Another stir. It's gonna cook on both sides, maybe 3 to 5 minutes. It depends on the size of your shrimp. You know, it could. I mean, see, like I'll show you. See how it's nice and when it turns pink, that's what you look for. So now I'm gonna flip it over. Okay. So I'm flipping them over, and we have a little char. Now this is a cast iron pan, but you don't have to use a cast iron. You can use a regular skillet like this one. That's fine too. Just make sure it's hot, because what happens if the pan's not hot, it's gonna steam. It's not gonna cook right. So I have to flip one over, one at a time. I'm gonna get a nice pink color on those. So we're getting there. Okay. See, as you can see, it's all pink now. Another minute, it'll be done. See how easy that was? Right? It's quick, and that's what you want. Now, this shrimp, you can, you know, we're gonna have it over rice, but you can have it over pasta. You can make a nice salad, put some shrimp in your salad. Easiest thing. Now, I like to buy the frozen shrimp simply because you can defrost maybe 10 shrimp at a time or 20, or the whole bag. You I always have shrimp on hand. Not only for parties, but for, you know, like I said, salads, anything. Okay, so now, these are almost done, then I can do the other batch. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna step away for a minute. You smell this delicious? Ada loves my shrimp, right? And who makes, your mommy makes the shrimp too. Yeah, it's great. Mom does the shrimp too, she loves it. Okay. So I'm gonna taste this rice. I wanna be sure that it has enough salt. Let's see. That's hot. That's very hot. I'm gonna give it a little stir. As I said, it's gonna keep cooking. Do you see the steam? That's extremely hot. All right, so this is getting hot, so I gotta take it off the stove, off the burner. Okay, so let's do this. So this is done. We have one batch done. Isn't that great? It looks delicious, right? Look how simple. So simple, so easy. So I'm gonna do another batch. Add a little more oil. There. All right, so here goes the rest of the shrimp. So there, that's it. Okay. Thank you. All right. So this is gonna, again, this is gonna cook 5 minutes. That's about it. I mean, I have a lot in this pan, so it might take a little longer, but okay. All right. Does anybody want to be a taste tester first? Who wants to taste the shrimp?
Right behind you.
You want to taste it first? Oh. She loves that shrimp. Okay.
That was when you guys used to Camarao, right? Part of that, right?
Let me see here. I hope it's not. I don't want it to be too hot, honey. Let's see. One that's a little cooler. I think this one's good. Okay? There you go. No tails. No tails. Look, is it good? Yep, thumbs up or thumbs down? Delicious, right? Okay. See, well, that's it. It's taste test approved. That's it. Kids approved. You know, the kids would love this shrimp too. So, you guys have grandkids or kids, right? Loves it. All right, let me try. I like to use this a little one. Good helper. Put this a little higher. What other questions does anyone have? This shrimp? Okay, I made 4 pounds of shrimp because there's a lot of us. This would probably serve 12, maybe, depending how many, let's see, 6, maybe 10 people. And if you give like 3, the rice would probably serve 20 people. Well, yeah, 20. Because, well, we're not gonna eat a big portion today, you know, but if you were gonna serve 20 people, you're gonna have to, let me start over because the recipe in my cookbook, that's gonna serve like probably 6 people, okay? But I doubled it today because we're a big, first cookbook, yeah. You want me to give it to you when I do? Yeah. Well, yeah. Right, right. 6 to 10 people, you know, because usually, yeah, you have like a main of rice, but, you know, like you need sort of like a protein, you know, as a side dish. You would serve 6 to 12 people, yeah. It depends. Some people eat more rice than others. It's hard to tell, you know. Okay, so this is getting there. Almost done. We're doing good. It's what, 12? Oh, we're making good time. So as you can see, I started cooking at about, what, 11:15, right? And you see that it's like, this took me half hour. But I'm going slow too. I'm trying to talk and such. So within half hour, you can have dinner ready. So you like that shrimp, honey?
Yeah.
Now this is taking, as I said, a little bit longer, but generally within 5 minutes your shrimp is done. Since I have a big pan here, so of course it's going to take a little longer. But it's getting there. Stella, you ready for some rice? Yeah? She loves my rice. Every time she comes over, she has to have my rice.
While we're waiting, Maria, what great things are you making for the holidays? Making your, like,
Well, I believe it or not, I make the traditional Thanksgiving. I make turkey stuffing, I make squash, I make roast potatoes. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not a good pie baker. So I don't make pies. But I do make, like, I'll make Portuguese rice pudding, that I'll make. All right, I just want to be sure this is cooking. All right, I'm going to try it one more time. So what's everybody's favorite Portuguese dish? I don't know, some of you may not have tried any, but is there a favorite Portuguese dish? What's your kale soup? Yeah, I have kale soup recipe in my blog, too, in my cookbook, my blog, YouTube. Shrimp Mozambique, well, like this, right? Shrimp Mozambique, I have a recipe for that. Camarao, that's my husband's favorite, my 2 sons, Chris, Dan, they love Camarao. Oh yeah. Camarao, it's a pork and potato. It's like a stew, savory dish, and you add little like clams, so it has a briny taste. It's really good. Camarao, carne alentejana.
That's not a lot, oh, okay, alentejana.
Carne
Alentejana.
alentejana. So alentejana is a region of Portugal. Let's say you say shrimp New York style. Well, alentejana is a region of Portugal. It's like down south, eastern south, where the Algarve is. Well, not close to Algarve. Okay, so this is getting ready.
It's like right here in West here. Right past it.
Yeah, they have a lot of farms. Alentejana is, they're famous for pork in Alentejana. They have great pork. They have lots of farms. And the pork is shipped all over Europe. It's supposed to be one of the best pork in Europe from Alentejo. And there's a lot of chestnut trees there too. So they eat chestnuts, but they give chestnuts to the pigs. And that's why it has a unique meat flavor. Okay. I'm going to turn this off because it's just about done. Okay. Now, make this back in. This is going to stay nice and warm. Okay, done. Okay, so the cooking's done. All right. So this. Now, I make my rice. I like it a little firm. Okay, this is why I don't cook it very long. I like the grains in the rice. But if you like it a little softer, just cook it a little longer before you take it off the stove. You can kind of get a feel for it. Okay, you want another shrimp or you're good? You want another one? You're okay. Let's go. Well, I'll get shrimp. And so, any other questions? No? Okay. So, Make sure it's not hot, okay? Alright, so this is pretty much done. Let me just clean up a little bit. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, the last thing that we do in the shrimp, we're gonna squeeze a little lemon juice over it. Okay, gives it a nice little flavor. Now I did add wine when I did the marinade. If you don't like white wine, you can do lemon juice too.
Are you gonna mix that? The rice and
Well, I'm gonna serve it on top because some people may not want it mixed.
the, you mix it back?
You could mix it at home. You could do that. You could do that, definitely. Now you could also add peas to this rice before the finishing of before the cooking process. When it's still boiling, you add some peas and you just cover it. Some people do that. Let me see. This is another one that I can show you. Okay. So this is done. I'm gonna keep this on low just so making it cold. Okay, so we're gonna do some plating. We're gonna eat. How's that? Okay?